Hi there, everybody, and welcome to the Pike Homestead. So this is the first in a series we're going to do, covering more in depth about our microgreens. It was a business we were running in BC before we moved, and then we didn't really have the space or anything at the lake house to do it, but we've definitely got the space here. And we've done videos of me doing a bit of the setup and everything. Right now I want to go over our layout and what we use for all our equipment and get you started on that. So that's what we're going to do here. So first I want to just get us looking kind of at the layout here. So it's around. Okay, so as we do our run through here, we'll just work on the layout for our workflow. So what we have here is the seed storage. So this is where we'll have all our seeds ready to go. And you know, once we start selling, growing and selling again, this will probably be where we're doing our packaging after we're trimming. You know, we've also got our trays here, you know, various seeds stored and around, and you know, the disposable plastic gloves if our regular work gloves aren't available, just to keep things clean if we're doing things for, you know, other people. This is where we do the seeding. So we've got the tablecloth on here just because it's a little easier to clean than the wood work table that we've got. And so, you know, various spray bottles. We've got the bricks, which are used for weighting the trays once they're seeded. We've got, you know, the knives, nice sharp harvesting knives. They work a wonder for cutting the small stems and doing it fairly quickly, especially in bunches. We'll get the seeds, get them weighed and measured, put them here, and then once the trays are done, the watered, soil put on, seeds put on, then they get over onto this shelf here where they are weighted. So we'll go into more depth on this, but the basic idea is having the weight pressing down on the seeds helps them root down and get a better start. From there, they'll go over onto the grow table or the grow shelves. So the shelves we've got here are 18 inches wide by 4 feet long. So you can fit, for our standard microgreen trays here, which are the 1/2 inch deep, and they are 20 inches wide by 10 inches long. So you can fit lengthwise like this, you can fit 4 in a row. So one bank of shelves will give you 20 trays. And so we've got 2 full banks of grow shelves. And what we've got on them, the lights, they are Sunblaster, 4 foot long. They're currently fluorescent tubes, but there are also LED tubes available for grow lights, which cuts down on power consumption and, you know, better longevity. And then for our power, it's really low power, but they are, we've got these AC Infinity, they're computer desktop fans. And when you buy them, if you see these rubber feet that are on them, they actually have them at the top as well. But to mount them on the bread, it's just undoing a couple of screws and putting some zap straps through, and you get them hung up here. They work a wonder, and you can chain them together. So you can get up to 3 sets chained together on the same power supply before they start losing their strength. So we've got 2 pairs on each shelves, 5 shelves per unit. So we've got 5 pairs on there. So I've got them daisy chained. So this one, and this one are all connected together. And the power and control output all starts with the top one. So you always put your stuff at the top. If you don't have anything that needs the fans going down below, you cut it off underneath this one, and then this one and the ones underneath it will not work. So if I've turned off the power to these ones, and so these ones don't work. And then it's the same, you've got another 2 connected together down there. And then we've got another full set of 5 on the other shelf. And that's just for air circulation, so which helps combat things like mold and mildew growing up on the plants. You want to have good circulation. So we've got the fans here. They are adequate for here. In our situation in BC, like BC is a lot more moisture in the air. Where we were sitting, just average room, you're sitting at like 70% moisture, which is, almost hitting the point of having mold growing in your walls. So to combat that, we've got this here. So this is our temperature gauge, and it's also telling us the humidity in the room. So right now we're a little bit low. We're on 38% because it's a lot drier here in Alberta. And we're also 20 degrees, so it's a little cool. So it means our grow is going to be slower, right? So some of these things have been sitting here for a couple of weeks already. They're getting there, but slowly. And so that's one thing you have to adjust for is your room temperature and everything like that. So it might be worth it to invest in a heater, or like if we need something quick to be growing on time, we'll put it on the heat mat here, which will help warm it up and gives them a little boost in their growth. And then, other tools, we've got, again, I said we've got the knives for harvesting and the scissors for harder things. Just use this big drywall knife. That's good for just scraping up soil. So when you're soiling your trays, you might get some soil on here. It's real easy just to run this across and wipe it off onto the floor where you can sweep it up. Also, for proper crop maintenance, get these pressurized little water bottles. They are awesome. I think we got it off Amazon. But yes, you just pump it up and then you can spray. Just hold down the trigger and you can spray your crop. And what we've got growing right here is that is some wheatgrass, which we're actually just doing as fodder for the goats. So that'll be going out to them tomorrow. And because it's nice and tall, and that should give them a nice happy, happy, oh look, good food because it's freezing. And then part of the process with the trays, this is something I built. It's just using some spare wood. It's a soil press, because one of the things you want to do when you're loading your trays is you put in the soil and you want to press it down. And that's what we use to do that. It gives you usually it's a better turnout on your seeds. You'll get a better crop with just the soil pressed in and more compacted. They seem to do better. And I whipped that up in the garage, and so I think that's about everything. It's just a standard scale. Comes with the tray for doing the seeds, and for the smaller seeds we use these little shakers. They've got multiple sizes, so you can do some larger seeds and smaller seeds in them depending on your seed sizes. So like things like buckwheat or something, or sunflowers or peas won't fit in it, but other things like broccoli and radish and everything will. And it makes it so easy to give you a good layout on your coverage on your tray. And we'll go into that in more detail as we go along. So anyway, I hope that gives you a good idea on what our layout and our workflow is, and a brief overview of what we use to do what. And we'll be going more in depth into each step as we go. So we'll have another video, and we'll put up a link here just to go over the first step, which is weighing out your seeds and soaking them if necessary. Follow along with us, and we'll go more in depth into our microgreen growing business here as we're enjoying our northern Alberta winter, and where we can't really be doing much outside. So follow along, and we'll show you what we do and how we do it, and how you can do it too.